Hey, what's up? This is Chris Motionless from Motionless in White, and you are watching Loudwire.
The new album, Graveyard Shift. We all know that diversity is kind of like a big part of what you do. So talk to us about kind of not allowing others to box you in and taking the music in whatever direction you see fit.
I think after our initial full length, we just came to a point where we were we did feel like we were in that box, and it wasn't necessarily anybody pressuring us to do so. It was just kind of within our band, we just felt like we had to stick to one thing, that even though we wanted to branch out, we showed many moments of branching out, but never really to the extent that we wanted to where we felt like this is who we really are. So for us, it's just kind of a matter of taking all the things that we loved and that wanted to make us play music, and just really incorporating that into what we do, what we did after that first album. And that's kind of what I think is, at this point, the charm of our band. I think that's why people who really do love our band for that we aren't sticking to one box or one marker and doing that only. We really branch out. We offer stuff that sounds like it's still one band but has a unique sound per album that really just helps break up the monotony of heavy song, or whatever it is, over and over and over again. And I actually really love seeing that there's so many other bands that are doing it as well. Not like we did it and all these bands. I don't mean like that. It's just mean like there's a lot of other bands that are doing it, where even if it's just a slow song, then a heavy song, like I listen to Slipknot, I'm like, God, that's so sick. Like Slipknot has a ballad next to a really heavy song, next to kind of like a mid-tempo song. It's just so cool that bands are willing to go that route and do what they want to as artists. So yeah.
Cool. So there's obviously a theatrical element to what you do, as well as to what Maria Brink does, right? You guys were just on the road. Is this the last day of that tour, or?
Yeah, the tour with them ended just a couple days ago. But
okay.
Yeah, today's like the official last day of our tour.
Gotcha.
Okay. We're ending it off at Rock on the Range.
That's a nice way to end it up. Did you learn anything from watching in this moment?
Yes, I did. They're so amazing at just creating a world. Like I believe the I don't know what you'd call it, not catchphrase, but they have that become the show mentality, and they promote that. And I really think that they have found a way to help people get into a show on a much deeper level than just being there to witness the band. I mean, every day we have people that come dressed up for us when we play, but for them, people were like fully dressed, like masks and all these crazy outfits and makeups and stuff. And it was amazing to see that people came to be a part of the show rather than just witness the show. And I think that that's something that in this moment has done that there aren't a whole lot of artists that are doing that right now. And it's something that we try to do, and it's just carrying on what we and they loved about bands like Rob Zombie and Marilyn Manson and all those bands that did it prior to us. So it's really amazing to see a band like them succeeding, and great people as well. So it makes you feel good that that the universe is on the side of good people that want to do cool things with music. So it's awesome.
Very nice. Obviously, you have a very striking look, right? What's one thing that people would be surprised to learn about you, just as a person? People who are quick to judge a book by its cover.
I'm actually thinking about taking this thing and just making it a belt buckle. I'm gonna compete with Danzig and just have a bigger, gnarlier skull belt buckle than he does. No, I don't know. I don't really know what people think of me anymore, because I really try to show that I'm a decent, nice person. But at the same time, I think a lot of people know that I'm quite an angry person. I harbor a lot of anger, and I use music as a way to have an outlet for that. And I think that's very evident in our music. I'll just say that I think what most people think are a lot of fans on the internet that I do come across, I see all these different things that they say and think about me, and I guess I'll just say that 90% of them are wrong. So I guess we'll just go with that a lot of the fans that I see on the internet, a lot of the things that they say, it's wrong.
Fair enough. Yeah. Kind of a big deal that Jonathan Davis is on Necessary Evil, right? How did that come about?
We did a tour with Korn back in September and October of 2016, and I was still working on the whole 2016 was spent working on the album. When the time came to write the lyrics and the vocals for that song, it was after the tour that I really sat down and like solidified what I wanted to do. And the song itself is very Korn influenced, and I just felt like as I was writing certain parts, I just heard his voice on it. I don't know if it's just because we got off the tour with them, so it was fresh in my head or what it was, but I just felt like if he were to sing on this song, it would take it from like a level, whatever it was, to like a level 1,000. And I really think that's what he did. I just reached out and I asked, and he was like, yeah, I'll do it. I was like, okay then, like
Done.
Cool. I'm not gonna. No more questions. Let's just do it.
That's awesome.
So yeah, I was super cool about it. He did. I sent him like an ultimate list of what I would have, offered for him to want to do, and he picked out what he wanted to sing on, and he sent it back, and the rest is history.
Beautiful.
He nailed
Congrats
it.
on that. Yeah, great song. You've talked about having placing more of an emphasis on vocals as opposed to the music on this album. Why the shift?
You're the first person to actually ask about it, so thank you for giving me this chance. A lot of fans are aware that I consider myself actually to be more of a musician than a vocalist. I learned how to play guitar and drums long before I ever wanted to be a vocalist, and it just sort of happened that I ended up being the vocalist. It wasn't like a direct intention, like I want to be the singer one day. So because of that, I'm the most heavy-handed in our band in actually writing our music. I write a very, very large percentage of our music, and I always focus so much on that because as a musician rather than a vocalist, it's just like music. I want to work on this guitar part, or I want to work on this section of a song to death, and I'm just perfectionist about it. And every record that we've done, I've always put the vocals at the end. It's always just been like, yeah, I'll get to the lyrics, yeah, I'll get to the vocal melodies, and yeah, I'll just perform it. And I never focused as much on the vocals as I ever did on the music. So going into this record, having the time, I tried to force myself to embrace, like, listen, dude, you are the singer of the band, and if you're going to continue to be the singer of the band, you need to be the singer of the band. And I just embraced it on this one. I think I took way more time to try a bunch of new things. I took a lot more time to work on the melodies. I just took more time in general to focus on being a vocalist and put the guitar down a little bit more often, which is, I think, the major difference on this album compared to the rest of the other ones.